So we just got to the gym and we're gonna hit back and triceps. But I thought before we get in there, I thought it'd be good to talk about, you know, if you're wanting to lose weight, since we're on the cut and I feel like a lot of people they're like, because it's gonna be summer and stuff, so they started like their diet and wanting to lose weight. And so I think it's just good to talk about because, maybe just to like really ingrain into maybe if people don't know too much about it or at least just to be a nice reminder that there's no secret to losing weight. There's no secret like food or way to go about it. And which is funny because I feel like back then, we would, when you're still trying to like learn all this stuff, or at least I'm speaking from my experience, and things can be very like overwhelming, and you feel like, oh, maybe my metabolism's like dead, or like, something's wrong. Like it's not what I'm doing, it's something else, or like who knows what, because I've had a few people tell me like, like I'm not losing weight, like what's going on, and I just kind of like ask them just a few questions like, okay, well, what's your diet look like, and they're like, oh, no, I barely eat anything, like I bet I'm not losing weight. And I'm like, okay, well, like, well, what do you eat? Let's just go through it. Even if you think you're not eating anything, let's go through the diet. And then they tell me what they eat, and their fats are like a ridiculous number. Like they eat butter with their food, or even like olive oil, like, fats, like just a bunch of fats, but their carbs are like super low. So that to them, they're just like, oh yeah, I'm barely eating, but I'm like, but calories are calories. You're still eating in a surplus, and that's why you're not like losing the weight. And that's why, to me, I'm just like, but you should be relieved, like that's your answer, like that's, because there's no secret, like it's just you're in a surplus, you're going to gain weight, or if you just want to have maintenance, you're going to just be in your maintenance calories. And the more you do it, the more you like figure out what those numbers look like to you. But same with like when you want to lose weight, you're just going to have to be in a deficit. And I mean, that's all what we're doing, is just being in a deficit. You guys see my training, the training stays the same. Doesn't mean, that's why I guess I'm saying like things don't have to get more complicated. Like things, if anything, are simple, but yet just be very realistic with yourself, or try to like, because who knows, maybe, that's why it's also good to like track what you eat. And I know it can be very inconvenient, to get a scale, a food scale, and see, okay, how much is a serving and this and that, or like, to figure out where your maintenance is or what you have been eating, and then kind of like adjust, because you're going to be like, wait, I didn't know actually I was eating that much. Because sometimes it's more of like it's easy to sneak in calories. It's easy to not realize where they're coming from when you don't track. And then, like I said, I know it can be inconvenient, but it's just like, do you want to go through that little inconvenience to, gain something from it? Or do you want to keep beating yourself up about like, oh, I'm not losing weight, and wake up every day and just being mad at yourself? But it's like, like I feel like that's actually more annoying than you doing the work, which, will be inconvenient for a little bit. And then later, like you'll actually gain something from it though. You'll start seeing results because you're going to know like how to work with your body, to know what you're actually putting it in, and adjusting and all that stuff. So, like I said, if you're wanting to lose weight and if it's hard for you, are you tracking? Do you know how much calories you're actually intaking and all that stuff? And we can go in more detail, but like just to keep it simply, like it's just like, yeah, calorie deficit. You can obviously throw in some cardio to help with that, like if you don't want to eat like less, but I obviously think like you don't want to be doing crazy amount of cardio, because then also you're gonna just like make your body more tired and fatigued and stuff. Instead, like for me, I like to put as much energy that my body's able to give in the weight, like us in weightlifting, pushing weight. And then, yeah, I'll do like my cardio at the end, like I tell you guys. And you know, that's only like, we're doing 15 minutes. Not anything crazy. We're not doing an hour of cardio or anything. I mean, honestly, I probably won't do more than max, maybe 30 minutes, but that's not going to be at like the very end of the cut. But that's like max. I mean, who knows? Maybe we'll just go up to 20. I don't know. But that's just me because I actually don't mind, you know, taking away calories with my food. I think that, you know, so far, I mean, so far too, my hunger levels I haven't been like hungry. Like we're still at a very good pace and my body's still responding really good. But I think that's the thing though, is just understanding more of like how your body works. And because it does suck when you're just like, I don't know what's going on, I don't know why I'm not losing weight, I don't know, you know, instead of being like, okay, well, I know why I'm not losing weight, I'm enjoying myself, I'm eating out, you know. And it's just better to be, you know, aware of it instead of like lost. So so if anything, if you want to, you know, lose weight or even gain, you know, gain weight. I don't know. So it just depends on the person. I would say track and see what you're eating, how much calories you're having. And honestly, it's nothing crazy. It's nothing fancy. There's no secret, you know, to it. And honestly, knowing that, I feel like is less stressful because everyone wants to be like, oh, it's maybe the secret that I don't know yet. And then once I know it, you know, but it's simple. I don't know. And I guess I'm saying is you can do it. You can do it. You can get to your goals. And and yeah, if you haven't, start doing that. And then also, you know, with the training, I know had someone would had asked me like how much sets I do and all that stuff. So, you know, I try to repeat myself just in case, because you know there are new people that, you know, come and watch the videos, and you know, so I'm just gonna repeat a lot of things just in case, you know, they didn't hear it. And I feel like for me, what I'm doing is doing it for each body part or muscle group, I guess you can say, is like 6 to 8 working sets. But honestly, it's been like staying at 6. And the way that I determine like my progress and everything was like, you know, to see strength. Like if my body's getting stronger within, you know, the lifts, that to me is like, okay, we're on a good track here. Like, you know, when we come back the next time to train it, because if you're not getting stronger, or if anything, you're getting weaker, then yeah, maybe you need to adjust some things, you know. But that was during the bulk. Now we're in the cut. So like I've told you guys, I at least just want to maintain my strength. We're not gonna be getting stronger. That's most likely not gonna happen. But yeah, just as you guys see, like my workouts are just, you know, just push yourself. Find the lifts that you feel the best in. For example, like we've talked about, like you guys know, I don't do squats, I do other things instead of that because I don't feel like I can progress in squats. But that's just me because a lot of it has to do with form and everything. And so I rather, you know, progress in machines. And to me, that's easier for, you know, also fatigue because like having the bar in your back, like it's just all these other different reasons. But that's what I'm saying. Like find what lifts you like best and that you can progress in. And honestly, you know, I feel like if you follow me on Instagram and if you go all the way down, because I've kept my pictures, if you go all the way down, you would see how much progress my lower body has made. A lot of progress. And we haven't been doing squats, which is fine because I guess I'm saying is just like people think you have to do this lift, you have to do that lift. No, find the lift that's like an alternative, if anything, you know, and you know, just progress in it, get stronger, get better. So yeah, if you guys go back to that, like literally, I mean, honestly, to me, like my glutes, I was like, they were like a pancake. Like it is, like they're like flattened. There are pictures, and my legs too, and very small. Like it's just crazy. But that's what I'm saying. Like we've come a long ways. You can too. And, like, we'll just end it with that. And, let's just go in there and get a good back workout. Okay, it was really cold in here, so thought I'd get you guys on my last set. Since you guys always say like, hey, you want to see the muscle moving, it's kind of hard to see that when I'm wearing my shirt. So, you know, I was like, okay, it's cold in here, so I need to get warm. So it's my last working set. And well, technically, I want to say my last set, I want to try pull-ups, just at least one set. And I was thinking we'll go after this and do some pull-ups. Okay, let's go and do some pull-ups. And yeah, curious to see. I mean, it's not like we've lost that much weight, but just curious to see how they feel. Okay, I'm thinking we can at least do 6, I'm sure. So I guess we'll find out together. Ooh. Honestly, part of me just wants to hang from that, but it's gonna feel good. Maybe I'll do that after my set. Wow. Okay, so we did 8 altogether. For the last rep, I had to adjust my grip. But I don't know, this felt really good. And then it was nice to stretch at the very end. Okay, so that's that for that. And then we'll do some rows. You guys know I've been liking using the machine for that, so let's go and see if it's open. Okay, so this is also my 3rd set. And these are feeling really good. I want to just emphasize, like, before you, like, so when you're setting up and you're getting into it, make sure you're bracing and ready, like secured. Don't go into it loosely, and then when you get here, then you're just like kind of, because once you grab that weight, it's going to be pulling on your muscles, so make sure they're engaged. And yeah, because it's I adjusted the pad a little higher, because because how I was talking last time, I felt like it was like going into my ribs. I think I had the pad too low, and I thought, I was like, wait a second. Of course, like, to me, working with like the pads against my chest is new to me, because I had told you guys like a while ago that I used to have implants. So with me having implants, it was so uncomfortable for me to lean against something. So that's why I actually stayed away from these. So that's because, like, sometimes you forget why you do something, and then you're just like, oh yeah, that's why I didn't used to do them. And that's why I stuck with the cables, because the cables felt more comfortable to me. I didn't have my chest against something. But I don't have implants anymore, so this is fine. Like, me leaning against it is not uncomfortable anymore. But I think I forgot that it is kind of like against your chest, not like lower. So if you're not used to using like a pad against you, it is going to be a little higher. Should be against your chest, not necessarily like lower than that. And I just thought it was kind of funny that I was like having to relearn myself. And, whatever amount of reps you do on that side, make sure you do it on the other side too. So don't be like me and forget to count. Oh yeah, wait. I need to remember to rest. The last set, I didn't rest long enough, and it was hard to do those last 2 reps because my body was trying to catch up. Because, I'm like exhausted. That was a hard set, and as it should be. Push yourself, make it hard. So, also, I just need to calm down and just wait a little bit, recollect myself, and then we'll do the other side. Okay, that was better. Better as in the last set, because I didn't rest. Okay, so the machine I like using for high rows was taken, but let me see if I can work in, and because you guys know I'm obsessed with those now. I've been trying to adjust the lighting because I feel like I'm just coming out very bright, but I think it doesn't help because I'm not in frame to adjust to myself, because I have to do it, it's just me recording. But we are eventually going to get the camera, and with the camera we can adjust the lighting more accurately, I guess you can say, or at least I'm hoping that's the case. But yeah, it'll be fun to see if it does make a big difference, us using the camera instead of the phone. But the phone's been working fine so far, so I'm glad that we at least are making the best of what we have. But this will be the second working set, and we're gonna do 3 of these. Okay. I was noticing that, which it feels good for me. So I don't know. That's what I always tell you guys. Try it out. See what feels better for you. But I noticed that, with me also acknowledging, you know, pushing against with my chest, not like my, you know, midsection. I noticed that I like tilting a little bit. So like my hips, instead of being really upright, I like tilting a little bit. I'm gonna be dramatic so you can see. I don't know. So, like hips out a little more, chest into it, but not that much. So just very, very slight. And to me, it feels better because also the pad just pushing against my chest instead of like my, core and stuff, like my stomach and my ribs. Or at least for me, feels so much nicer. And then I feel like the stretch feels really nice too. But you know what? I was also noticing when we were doing, where did I forget? Rows, seated rows, the one before this one. I like that one also with my hips a little more here and then stretched out. Like it just felt nicer. My lats were stretched out nicer compared to if I were to be like really upright. Hopefully you get, and it's just slight. So just try it out, see what you think. I'm just noticing I do that unintentionally because it feels nicer. So I just thought I'd share that with you guys. Okay, so With these, I'm going like super slow and it feels good. And if that's the thing, because you guys know that this one's the one I like struggle with. You know, if you struggle with something, go slow, feel it out. And then once you like feel it and you know, like your body will like automatically know where to go. Cause I think that's the thing is just like sometimes I'm just like, wait, where did I go? And also I'm noticing with me going slower, I noticed that I was kind of like caving in. So I was just like, okay, remember upright, you know, because it's like it's supposed to keep your form good throughout all your lifts. And so when you catch yourself, I mean, I caught myself. I was like, wait, why am I kind of like not, you know? So, anyways, let's go ahead and do it. Hopefully, this is not too bright. We're like right in front of the windows. I try to adjust the lighting, but we'll go ahead and just do the last set. Yeah, see, that already felt so much better than usual. And just going slower and just really feeling it, and also really embracing that stretch because you know that's what I'm saying. When you go slower, you notice those little mistakes you do when you don't have it like 100% down. Because then there's those lifts you know, and it feels good, and sometimes you have to catch yourself going too fast because you just already know how to do it. So you know, just vice versa. When you don't know how to do something, just go a little slower. Um, okay, we'll rest a little bit. You know, like I told you guys, but we're not like totally winded because it's very isolated, and you know, it's a I don't know. It doesn't get me as winded as other muscle groups for sure, but I want to make sure I'm resting for it. But yeah, I don't know. Just love how they feel, and I hope I can continue with it feeling this way. That's funny because usually I told you guys my left feels off and my right automatically has it. I mean, it feels pumped, but my left actually felt better if I had to pick. The left felt really good. So, I mean, I guess I'm saying we're on the right track. We're on the right track, and I don't know, they just felt really good. But we'll go on to do triceps next. Okay, so since this is a different area, I hope I put it at a better angle so we can see the triceps since that's what we'll be doing right now. And it's funny, I keep adjusting my grip on this. So luckily using this feels way better than just using the little notch right here. So I'm glad you guys, thank you for helping me figure something out. But yeah, I was noticing because last time I was going like this, but then now I'm going like this. So I mean, at the end of the day, like whatever feels good. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish off this set. Man, I haven't made them burn like that in a while. Hopefully they can continue feeling that way. Oh, and honestly, it's that crazy burn that it's like, oh, I don't even know how to explain it, but it feels really good. I'm gonna rest a little bit and then we'll go into the other arm. Yeah, nice squeeze, nice control. And I think that's the thing when I would do triceps and I'm be like, I don't feel anything, or I wouldn't squeeze. And I think it was because of the handle I was using. I was using a handle where it made it so hard to squeeze because it would stop right here. So it's like, how could I, squeeze my arm? So it's just like messing around with things. And but it's like I was so stubborn because I'm like, well, this is what a lot of people like using, so I'll just keep using this. But I didn't feel it. And then realizing, like, oh, well, I wasn't even squeezing at the end. I wasn't really even flexing it. And but it took me a while to like just have that click for some reason. But anyways, let's go ahead and do this arm. Oh, that's fun. Okay. It's honestly fun how the body can feel that way. Okay, we're going on to the next thing. I usually like using this one last, like you guys know, but the other one's not open right now. So we'll do that one last if it's open. um, yeah, but it's not as bad as it usually used to be because you guys know, like for this one, you have to really stabilize yourself. And so you're using your core a lot. But we've been working on the core, so my core has gotten stronger, and it's not that big of a deal anymore. Doing this as it used to be, and yeah, I just thought that was important because it's just funny to me because I used to not like my core, and then it's like I haven't even worked on it, and then now I'm just like, okay, well, if I don't like something, it's a muscle group, I need to be actually working it out. And so now that I have noticed a big difference, as in like it's like you're using your core to stabilize you in like all your lifts. So it's funny, I used to be so fatigued from my core, like my core would be so dead and I would feel it. But now since we've been doing core, it's like build up the endurance to handle a lot of things. So anyways, we're gonna be doing core after we're done with triceps, but I usually don't record that because I don't know, it's just me doing using the machine to do the crunches. But yeah, just a funny thing. I used to not train core or my calves, and those would be my worst body parts. So it is funny. It's like almost like it's like I wonder why. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. It's gonna be the last set for this. Oh, okay. The machine's open, so we'll go ahead and get to it. Oh my god, those took it out of me. Okay, so this is the last thing, and I'm gonna go do some posing. Yeah, now they feel really good. It's getting to the end of the workout, as you guys can see, where it's because I want to leave it all in the gym, so my energy, I want to leave all my energy here. So I mean, honestly, does that make sense, right? Gosh, like I've said, sometimes my brain is already like gone because all my energy, yeah, is going to the lift. So sometimes they're not going to what I'm actually like saying, and if it makes any sense. Anyways, let's finish strong. And this is the last thing. Okay, we'll do some posing and we'll talk more in the car. But you know what? I'm just gonna end it. I'm gonna just see you guys in posing. I'm gonna start mumbling jumbo things that don't make any sense. It's funny, the stand I use to hold my phone, it's a little crooked, but I don't feel like you can notice when I'm doing like my lifts, but when I do my posing, I think you can notice it. I think you can notice from the line right here. It's like tilted a little bit. But anyways, ooh, let's do some posing. I'm gonna move my hair. Do tricep. I like doing both because I know there's a pose where you're more like a triangle, so your chest tilted up here. But then I also like, seeing the tricep fully, so I face it towards you guys too. So I like doing both. I don't think the lighting's the best on this side, but we'll still do it. Then we'll do that one's a tricky one because no matter what, I always like angle it so it's like the worst shadows ever. So I'm trying to, you know, face it. Yeah, that one's tricky because I don't even know if a mirror would even help me with that one. Mm, if anything, maybe if I had someone recording me, then they could get that right angle. What else? Um, I like doing this one. It's like I told you guys, see if you see the rear delt. Sorry, so I'm in the bathroom when I do this, so people are drying their hands, so the thing's like really loud. So, I mean, I think that's about it. Let's let's do the one more time. It annoys me if this is not equal, so I'm just like, just little details. Okay, I think that's it. And I hope I held the poses long enough too. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. So I do catch myself feeling more exhausted than usual. And that's the thing too. It's funny to sometimes forget that I'm on a cut because that's like, I'm not like starving. And it's nice because the way I like adjusted where I have more of my calories is before we go to the gym. I have most of like my carbs and stuff before then, my calories. And then I range it that I have more of my calories towards, dinner. That way we don't go to bed hungry. I mean, I don't like that feeling. So it's just like putting it where it makes sense to me. And, I want to feel good. It almost is like, honestly, like tricking my mind, or at least me mentally, because it's just like we're eating such a good breakfast before we go to the gym. Like, it's like, are we really even on a cut? But, altogether, we are in a deficit. And so, I mean, if you haven't arranged like your calories, like spread them out more, I guess I'm saying, like to what makes sense to you. Because like, what if you don't work out in the morning? Yeah, like eat a bigger lunch or something, like just make sure it's like before you go to the gym, or at least try it out. I mean, I think it's way nicer to have more calories in you, because yeah, when we're working out, I'm not like starving, like I'm not like, oh my gosh, I'm so hungry. Like it actually doesn't even come across. I'm just feeling more exhausted, and I'm just like, well, I guess that makes sense. We're not with as much calories as we used to be and all that stuff. Um, there was something else I wanted to talk about. And that's the thing, is like when I'm like talking to you guys, like what pops in my head and stuff. It's sometimes I'm like, oh, sometimes I do wish I can write something down, because I'm like, oh, like I want to talk about that. Oh, maybe, I think it was this. Um, I want to talk about how I am gonna get a camera, because we're using the phone right now. And I'm not gonna lie, I think I'm a little hesitant, because I'm just like, okay, hopefully this one is gonna do me good. Because the last one, I thought I did my research, and I'm like, oh, this is the camera we're gonna use, and then, it's gonna be great. And then it started giving me problems, and, the autofocus was really bad, and it just wasn't great. And then when I did more of the research, people were saying like, yeah, like the focus on that camera wasn't the greatest. And then I felt kind of bad, because I'm just like, I thought I did my research, and I thought it was a good camera for the purposes that I need it for. So I'm kind of bummed that, I guess I'm saying like that was like on me, that I didn't, what, and also maybe that's the thing too, it was a newer camera when I got it. And I guess a lot of people didn't get to review it yet. And I think it's a safe way, is like wait until people review something, and then you can feel a little more confident when you do get something, whatever that is. But the camera I do want to get, I mean, if you guys are interested, ask me in the comments, and I'll write it down, or like, I'll let you know. But it's a Sony. I think it's like Sony C7. Like, see, I'm like, I have it written down what I'm going to get, because I was trying to do my research, and I was talking to a friend that kind of knows about cameras too. And so like she was sending me like videos of like maybe this would be the one best for me, because I can also use this camera for streaming, which I thought was amazing, because the camera I have now, I should have thought of that before too. Like I can't even use it for streaming. Like it doesn't like let me, I don't know. So, just a lot of things I had to like look into. And so I'm just kind of glad that it's like more of a multi-purpose, that I can use it for the gym, and then we can use it for streaming, because you guys know I've been wanting to stream again. So it'd be nice to have like a nice camera for that. And so I'm hoping this is going to be a good camera, and I don't want to make the same mistake again, but it is what it is. Like it's going to be those moments in life. You can never make sure you plan everything out perfect. Like we are going to make mistakes. We are going to do things that we're like, oh man, like in hindsight, hindsight. Yeah, that's the word. Yeah, that I'm like, I could have, waited till people did more reviews on it. I just, sometimes you think, oh, it's newer, so it must be better. And then, the more I think about it now with technology, that's not always the case. Sometimes there's like bugs and stuff, or like, things that are like they're having to improve on. And, so I guess the more I'm like realizing that, the more I'm like knowing that I was not as knowledgeable as I thought. Well, I mean, I don't even think I was that knowledgeable at all, but I guess I thought I did enough research. And then even now I'm like second guessing myself. But I just know us getting a camera is a good idea for the long run. And, because I can only save so much memory on my camera, like on my phone, I mean. And then you guys know I miss listening to my music, and it's just going to be nice. And, with me having the camera, The videos might be a little longer just because I might fit in more than just one set per you know, lift. Because right now we've just been doing one set. Like I've been just recording one set. And it'll be nice to do more than one so I can like just have it at different angles and stuff. Because I know you guys say that's helpful to like see that in different angles and just not, you know, sometimes just one and all that stuff. So we'll see. I mean, it will be this month that I will get it. I guess I'm just letting you guys know like my thoughts on it. Like I'm just hesitant, but you know, can't be scared forever. Gotta, you know, just realize like, okay, it's probably gonna be a great camera and it's gonna probably be fine. And yeah, like I'm an overthinker, and since, you know, that is not, you know, like that's why I'm like, it's putting those things together is not helpful. But I'll see you guys for the next video, and yeah, that's gonna be for quads and calves. We can't forget the calves. But yeah, and then, you know, update you guys on like my weigh-in and stuff, because I just thought it'd be nice just to do that at the very end of the week, every week, and just go over it together. But yeah, so I'll see you guys for the next one, and thanks for watching.